In this episode, Peg meets Jester.
Rob cuddles up to a carpet python and my Jester. Rob also decides it's time to investigate the plumbing issues.
Feeding time in the crocodile enclosure doesn't go according to plan, and the keeper has to think quickly on his feet.
Rob spots another problem with the motorhome.
Oh dear, you're never going to believe what we've just spotted.
At last we get up close and personal with Kangaroo.
We witness the cruelty of nature. This may not be comfortable viewing for all, and we will give you a warning before showing the clip. Good morning.
Morning.
So for the first time, we've actually woken up a bit chilly, and this is the first night we've not had any aircon on either.
We've been driving further south from Cairns, and we're sort of not even midway, are we?
No.
Down to Brisbane, so we're in a place called Waverley Creek, and we left all of the windows open last night with the fly nets across because there's loads of mozzies and sandflies and everything around here. But we're cold.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, when we had the aircon on, I didn't feel cold, and and certainly with all the windows open, there's definitely a chill in the air.
Yeah, I also start to realise now as well, because I think you become acclimatised to the heat after a while, and I've heard a lot of Aussies saying that as soon as it drops below 20 degrees they're putting jumpers on because they're so used to quite a high temperature. So I don't think we're quite that yet, are we? I think it is genuinely cold.
Yeah. So we've had to put an extra sheet over us in the bed, you know.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm sure today it'll warm up significantly. Right, we're on the road again. Peg, where are we going?
We're going to Hervey Bay. I think it's Hervey, but everybody seems to pronounce it Harvey.
Right, so we're off to Hervey Bay, Harvey Bay. You decide.
It's Fraser Island.
It's near Fraser Island, if that helps. 6.5 hours from where we are now at Waverley Creek. So we're looking forward to quite a long day in the saddle, and that's going to get us significantly nearer to Brisbane, where we're going to be checking out koalas and all kinds of other reptiles. So we're really looking forward to that.
Koalas aren't a reptile.
Well, koalas and reptiles.
Marsupials.
Marsupials, reptiles. There'll be all sorts of things we're looking forward to, but for now, 6.5 hours to enjoy like this. Okay, there's a sign by the side of the road which just said, what is the highest mountain in Queensland? So they've put various signs posing various questions as you're going along the Bruce Highway. And it's all about driver fatigue, trying to keep drivers alert and awake. Peg, are you still awake there?
Sleepy night, Bobby.
I think she's feeling a bit tired. What's the highest mountain in Queensland? Do we know that?
Do not have a chuffing clue.
Right, I've got a clue. Does anybody know what the highest mountain in Queensland is? At least this will keep us awake for a bit longer. Don't know whether you saw that then, but the answer was on the next sign along. Yeah, I don't know if you caught that. I'll have to rewind the video to reread that. Oh, this could be a second question. Just see what it says.
Keep playing trivia, it may save your life.
Keep playing trivia, it may save your life. So there was messages yesterday that were getting encouraging kids in cars to ask their parents questions and their dad questions. So I think that was really clever way to keep the driver awake. Okay, just been to see the nice lady, and she's given us a coffee each. Well, we paid $5 each for it. And the coffee now I can't remember last time we had a coffee. So that tastes really nice, flat white. And she also gave us a Tim Tam, and we're also having our breakfast. So this is fresh mangoes we were given the other day, a place we stopped 2 or 3 days ago, with honey we got from there as well, and some yoghurt. Breakfast is served.
Second breakfast.
Second breakfast is served. So it turns out that Tim Tams are actually penguins as far as I'm concerned. In the UK this is a penguin biscuit, but Tim Tam in Australia, so it's really nice.
I was just saying, it's ironic that in a country where there are penguins it's called a Tim Tam, and where there are no penguins it's called a penguin.
Right, we've just arrived at a petrol station in Benaby, something like that, Benaby. Look at this, we were really getting nervous. So I don't know if you can see that, but we were down to the very last notch on the fuel, and it had come up reserve fuel level. And I thought we were going to run out any moment. Somehow we managed to limp to a petrol station at about 70 kilometres an hour. Let's see if we can fill up here now.
It was definitely twitchy bum time.
We've just filled up the tank from empty, and incredibly, $150, so very rough calculation, that must be about, what, £80 or something of that region?
Yeah, and I mean it was on its last.
Yeah, I mean with that I was talking a full tank. I can't believe how reasonable that is. Back home we'd be spending well over 100 quid to fill the tank up, so yeah, 64 litres, so I'm not really sure how that compares, but yeah, still not too bad, is it? And that was the premium diesel as well. I mean the cheaper one unfortunately wasn't available.
We would have paid anything, we were down to our last bar.
Yeah, they could have doubled that price, we'd have paid it, so yeah. But look over here, you can buy ice. Oh, I just need to go inspect this.
For your barbie.
Oh wow, look at that. Well, this place gets my sign of approval. We've got ice to further order.
We've just passed a police trap. Somebody driving on the other side of the road gave us a flash to warn us that there was a police trap, and I think they're pulling people over randomly to breathalyse them. I mean, we didn't have, well, we had one beer last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have, you know, I don't think there'd be anything at all in our systems now. So, but just to let you know, there are random speed traps, or, you know, lookouts. We've seen speed traps and we've seen lookouts. But to be honest with you, if you hire a motorhome over here and you go over 110, you get penalised anyway, so we have kept to the speed limits. So I've just shown you that sign, so as you're driving along you can see there's little picnic areas every now and again, and Rob and I are getting hungry now, so we're going to pull in and make a ham butty, ham and tomato butty, and have some crisps and a cup of tea.
We've pulled in at this heavy vehicle only parking spot for a spot of lunch. I'm not sure whether we're really supposed to be here. Do we care as a heavy vehicle? Possibly not. It's hard to say. It doesn't say what constitutes heavy vehicle other than penalties apply if you stay here and you're not a heavy vehicle. Anyway, we're stopping here for a little while in some shade, and we're going to get something to eat. And there's another lorry coming in there behind me, parking up, looking for some shade like we are.
This is the only sharp knife they've given us in the van. So I might look like a mad axe murderer while I'm doing this. But there's no vegetable knife, there's no bread knife, there's just this one big whop-off knife.
And I keep my distance every time Peg holds it in her hand.
He's wise. We're at Lake Mondurran. We've just pulled off because we needed to swap over drivers, and we'd forgotten to switch the gas off, hadn't we, last time we'd gone out. I've had a bullying lorry driver up my backside and then beeping me off the road as well. I know. And I wish I didn't let people like that bother me, but it did shake me up a little bit. Anyway, I wish him peace on earth.
Oh, that's very charitable of you. He beeped and I don't know why. You didn't do anything wrong, but some people are just impatient, I guess.
Yeah, I was indicating to come off, and I don't think he'd seen me indicate, but he should have been a little bit more observant. Anyway, that said, it's a beautiful day here. We've got a fantastic tree behind us, which we think is called a jacaranda tree, and they're just gorgeous when they're in bloom. We've got down to the right of us as well. Oh, that's left.
To the left.
Down to the left. No wonder the drivers beat me. I don't know me left from me right. We've got a gorgeous lake down there as well, so we've got quite a nice scene of a lake through the gum trees, and life is good.
And we're going to go have a little look at the lake now?
Yeah.
So why not? Come and have a look at the lake with us. Oh dear, you're never going to believe what we've just spotted. A little mistake we made at the last petrol station. I can't believe this. This is, have I got the keys? I can't believe this. I can't believe we even did this, but look at this. We've just driven about 50 miles from when we filled up, could be further, like that. Right, we're just settling into our new campsite. There's Peg.
Hello.
Now you might instantly notice there's something slightly different about us. Even Peg's bemused by that statement.
I didn't know there was anything different about us.
And that something is how we're dressed.
Oh, the fact that we've got cardies on.
We've both got cardies on. Now this is the first time this has happened since we've been in Australia. It's actually really cool.
Either that or we're acclimatising to the heat.
Maybe it's just as hot as it was when we first arrived here, and we're just so used to it now. It just feels a bit chilly in the evenings, and we're wearing the jumper. I think it is a lot cooler than it was.
Cheers.
So we're on the Victoria Bitter. So thank you for the recommendation for that.
I think that was Brian who gave us that recommendation. Cheers, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. We're just enjoying that now. But I wanted to tell you about this incredible experience. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, I suppose. I just wanted to mention this really good experience that I had earlier today when a wallaby hopped alongside the motorhome. So we'd been to the lake, we were sort of coming out quite slowly along the road, and this wallaby just appeared right by the side of the motorhome. And for about 3 hops, it hopped along beside us before it darted back into the bush. Peg didn't even see it.
I didn't. I missed it completely.
But
you were the chosen one.
I was clearly the chosen one. I mean, there was no chance of videoing it or anything like that. It was so quick and it was gone. But we haven't seen any kangaroos yet, but it was a real treat to see that today. That's something I'm quite chuffed about. So
I'm very happy seeing wallabies.
We're very happy seeing wallabies. Even if we don't see anything else. So yeah, we're still hoping for koalas, we're still hoping for kangaroo, but for the moment we're going to enjoy crisps.
Crisps and a tinny.
The waterworks in this van are really bad.
Yeah.
So I do something to the sink and that affects, I mean, look at that. Yeah, from day one the water in the van has just not drained properly. The shower's particularly bad.
So the plan for today is to go to Monrepo, which is a place where they have a turtle sanctuary. They look after all of the loggerhead and the green turtles, and there is another type of turtle whose name escapes me that all frequent this Queensland coast. And the loggerhead turtle is a really endangered species, so they do a lot to look after them. So we're going to go along to the sanctuary there. We're not expecting to see any turtles, because although it is nesting season where they're coming and laying their eggs, they normally do that at night time, and we couldn't get into the nighttime viewings because you have to book those, and we hadn't booked in far enough advanced. Anyway, we're off now to Monrepo. Rob's over there. We watched a video about the really important work that they do at Monrepo on the conservation of endangered turtle species.
We walked along the beach where the turtles come in during the evening and lay their eggs.
As per usual, our timing is absolutely perfect. We went to see a beach loving Roo Beach and we were too late.
Too late?
We've come now to the place where the turtles lay their eggs at Monrepo, and we're too early.
Too early? Although they did have one turtle last night, apparently. We've had a very enjoyable time at the turtle sanctuary. We didn't see any turtles, but we haven't seen any kangaroos, and we haven't seen any koalas yet either. So maybe our Australian trip will be more of what we don't see than what we do. Anyway, that said, we've seen lots of things. We've seen spiders, we've seen wallabies. What more is there to see? Anyway, so now we're leaving the turtle place. Peggy's driving. All is good.
We've seen green sea turtles when we were snorkeling. So we just didn't see any on the beach laying their eggs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not asking much, surely. I want to see turtles on the beach. I want them seen laying the eggs. Then I want to see those eggs hatching, crawling down into the sea, and I want to see all that.
To go that way.
Who knows? But if someone's coming the other way, I'll let you know. And I want to see all that in a 2-hour trip to the turtle sanctuary. We are at Marge Mackintosh Park, which is at Station Creek picnic area. This is a free RV campsite. It comes complete with picnic tables, barbecue area, bins and toilets. It's all really well kept. There's toilet rolls there and everything, so somebody clearly comes and looks after this place. So far there's 3 units here tonight, including ourselves. Somebody sleeping in a car, somebody in a caravan, and us in a motorhome. I imagine there will be somebody else to join us at some point. Peg's just getting some tea, so I think I'll just nip over and see how she's doing. Hi Peg, how are you doing?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
We've just sat down to eat and we've got a visitor already, literally within seconds. Cheers. Lychee award-winning cider. It's very nice. That visitor's back and getting a bit too cheeky for my liking. Right, I'm just going to look under the van. So since we've had the van, the water just doesn't drain away, so clearly there's an issue. It's when the water outlet is open, and I'll demonstrate that, then the shower does drain and the sink does drain, but when the water outlet is in the closed position, for a reason I don't fully understand, the shower doesn't drain properly, just very, very slowly, and the sink drains very slowly. So I'll just demonstrate this. So there, you can see you take the cap off and then you slide the lever around. That will then release the water, and it seems that even if there's no water to come out, once that, I suppose, that air flow has been created, the water does drain a lot quicker. I can't quite figure this out. Anyway, I'm going underneath now the van because I noticed there is a U-bend, so perhaps that's clogged up somehow, and maybe clearing that out might fix the issue. So let's see if I can do that. I'm just going to put this back. Right, I've checked the U-bend under the vehicle. It seems fine, in all honesty. There was no problem with that whatsoever. I've unscrewed it. Bit of water in, as you'd expect, but no issues. So it's a bit of a mystery as to why it just doesn't empty properly. Hey Peg, you know we haven't seen a kangaroo yet.
Yeah.
Well, how about I take you for a slap-up dinner?
Yeah.
And I guarantee you will see at least one kangaroo as well. How does that sound?
Sounds fantastic.
Are you enjoying your slap-up meal, Peg? Matilda the kangaroo was the mascot for the 12th Commonwealth Games held in Brisbane in 1982. She was at the opening ceremony and is now proudly displayed at this service station. Yeah, so first impressions of Noosa is it looks absolutely stunning. However, it also looks very difficult to park at. We're struggling to find a parking space at the moment. It's so popular that everywhere appears to be full. Anyway, we'll carry on. Obviously, it's not quite so easy having a 7.2 metre van as it would be if we were in a car. Look at Peg's parking, absolutely fantastic.
I've never got so close to a curb, not even in a car.
Right, beautiful parking there by Peg. She definitely deserves something after that. So, just a 6 mile yomp now back into Noosa, because that's about as good
Near as we could get.
Couldn't get any nearer. So, yeah, should be there. No, realistically, it should be about half-hour walk. Imagine having a jetty for your boat at the end of your back of your house. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Where are we, Peg?
We're in Noosa Heads.
Noosa Heads. So we're walking back to the main area. Looks all very nice. We had a quick drive through it.
Yeah, we did. And there's lots of little boats going up and down the river inlet, whatever it is here.
Yeah, I like Noosa. It's got a nice vibe to it. Also, we have 2 nights left now. Yeah. So we're heading to Brisbane after here. And we're booked into a campsite for our final 2 nights. Right, so the office is closed now, so they've said we've got to pick up our keys from number 2. Now this looks like number 2. And there should be... Right, Peg, do you want to open the envelope?
Okay. With a big reveal. After hours check-in. So we've got our detail there. We're staying on site number S9.
S9?
Oh, they're for the toilets.
Okay.
Because on them it's got a lady and a man.
Oh.
So it must be for the toilets.
Okay, that's interesting. So we've got 2 keys. One's got a man on, one's got a lady on. So you can get a key to your own toilet or set of toilets or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll find that out in due course. Looks really good. So we've just arrived. We've got our own water, our grey waste emptying point, which is amazing, and electric, of course. And just across the road, literally from where we're parked, are the toilets. Was there showers in there? I didn't even
toilets, the showers.
Fantastic.
Yeah, one side of the building is toilets, the other side is showers. There's a laundry facility. There's a kitchen with a fridge, freezer, and everything in.
Cooker.
For camping. Cooker. The laundry's got ironing boards out, so you can either pay by coin or pay by
mobile.
And there's a barbecue facility.
Yeah, full barbecue facility.
And little picnic tables.
All free, inclusive. And we're just over there, so that's ideal. All facilities on our doorstep. Couldn't be better.
So we're going for a further little explore now. We're going to go and try and find out where the pool is, because there's a pool here, and just have a general walk around. There's a tennis court as well, but we haven't got any tennis rackets. No, we're tennised out, but we might have a swim, so let's go and find that swimming pool. So it's a beautiful pool. I'm just going to see how cold it is. Are we going to be swimming tonight? Let me just test the water. I'd say it's one of those temperatures that would feel cold when you first get into it, but you may possibly warm into it with after about 10 or 20 lengths or so. What time is it, Peg? About 6 p.m. or thereabouts? Yeah. 6 p.m. It's not warm, that's for certain, but it's not cold. I mean, we're still in short sleeves. It's probably about 18 degrees.
Yeah. So, it's not...
I'm happy to swim.
We're swimming. So you've heard it here. You've heard it from the horse's mouth.
Or the nag.
Or the nag. We are swimming. So let's go and get our cozies on. I don't know why nobody else is swimming, apart from the fact there's no sun and it doesn't feel warm. Right, so far Peg is impressed with the site. Now I can assure you, Peg is not easily impressed with anything. So that is a huge thumbs up. That is 11 out of 10 in my book. If Peg says it's good, then it must be good.
It just looks nice, well kept, friendly, and it's quiet.
So far so good. So all we've got to figure out now is how to get into Brisbane from here. There is a thorough welcome pack with all kinds of details in, so we'll peruse that later and we'll figure out our logistics for tomorrow and exactly what we're going to do and where we're going to go.
The reason why we're going swimming is because we've been driving most of the day, we've had very little exercise, and look at the pool. It's freezing. It's freezing, right. I'm in. The Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary is located in Fig Tree Pocket, which is a suburb of Brisbane.
Claude Reid founded the sanctuary in 1927 with 2 koalas, Jack and Jill, and it is the largest koala sanctuary of its kind in the world.
At the time that they opened it, Claude and his family recognised that the koala needed protection because they were being hunted for their fur.
Right, we just heard that 142 students are coming to the kangaroo feeding area, so we're getting in quick while we can.
We're at the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary and we've just been hand feeding koalas.
Oh.
Just have a look at this scene behind us and around us.
You've just said hand feeding koalas.
Oh.
Were they koalas or,
No.
or might they have been something else?
Faux pas. We're at the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary and we've been hand feeding kangaroo. It's been really cool, this experience, just to be amongst them.
It's been incredible. I mean, I never realised it would be like this. I've never been anywhere to a place like this where you can just mingle with the animals.
It's beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. I never expected we'd be mixing and be able to actually get so near to kangaroo, emu, wallabies. I can't wait to get into the crocodile enclosure. Right, we've just run over to the crocodile enclosure because we've been told it's feeding time. So 3 rangers have come in and it looks like there's a bucket. So one of the rangers has got something in the bucket, which presumably is for the crocodile. He's moved quickly into the water, but he's not come out. One of the rangers is decided to get a bit closer. He's stamping his feet. Yeah, the crocodile is now moving. I hope he doesn't get too near. He's tapping the bucket. He's tapping the bucket again. The crocodile is definitely edging towards him. Oh, right, he's out of the water. He's out of the water, and he's now been offered a rat. So he's dangling a rat in front of the croc's mouth. He's not moving. Is he going to go for it? He's going for the rat. Yes, he's coming for it. He's come right out now, and oh, he's come forward and he's missed the rat. He's left the rat, and he's now pursuing the ranger. He's got something else in his bucket. It looks like it's a dead baby roo, and he's tossed that to the he's tossed that to the crocodile, and he seems happy with that.
We walked over to the pets corner because we wanted to go and just see a little bit of easy viewing after we'd seen the crocodile eating stuff, and I couldn't believe what I saw in front of me. I had to walk away. It was just grotesque.
You just assume that chickens are vegetarians, and we've just seen it catch and play with and take its time in killing and eating a frog. You think, and yet we've seen crocodiles eating all sorts, and yeah, bizarre. Didn't expect to see something like that. We're happy watching a crocodile eating a baby roo, and then we see a chicken playing with a live frog, catching and eating it, and we think, oh my god, that's horrific. So how bizarre is that?
I know. I think one was one was a dead animal being fed to a live animal, and this was a live animal being attacked by a chicken.
Yeah.
I've never seen a chicken be so ferocious.
No, and you just don't expect it from a chicken, do you? So it was all a bit of a shock.
Anyway, poor frog is no more.
Yeah, sorry frog. I thought you said my snoring was bad. So we're now working our way through a few bits and pieces to empty the larder before we go.
Lots of crisps are going to be eaten tonight.
Yeah, so we expect there's going to be a crisp butty, and we've got to share the last can of beer. Well, cheers, Peg.
Cheers.
Right, we're just about to drop the motorhome back off at Maui, and we've just got the last things out of the fridge before we return it.
Well, we've just tried to give back the motorhome to Maui, and as we drove in, I just remembered that we hadn't got any fuel in it, so you have to give it back full of fuel. We paid for the gas, so we don't have to refill that, but we did need to refuel it. The other thing as well that happened is we tried to check in online for our next flight, and it won't let us check in. We've got to check in there, so we couldn't do it online. So we're a little bit pushed for time now, so it's a bit da-da-da, da-da-da, and on we go. So come on, Rob. Motorhome all refueled, and now we're on our way to the airport in a taxi.
Okay, Peg, you roll the dice to see where we're going next. A 9. Oh, that's going to be interesting.
If you have any questions or suggestions, please write them in the comments section below.
And if you liked it, please like and subscribe to our channel.
Thank you.
Thank you.